Welcome in and welcome back to Polite for What. I'm your host, Bria. If you're not subscribed to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button. That way you can stay up to date with my content. And if you've been here for a while, you already know, get those likes up. That way I can stay in the algorithm. All right, y'all. I am here and I am back. And usually we'll come on here and talk all things NFL. But today we're going to do something a little different. Let's talk some college football. I am totally new to this space, but I'm always going to do my due diligence, go through, do my research. So I pretty much tune into football each and every Saturday, watching some of my favorite teams, some of my favorite players. But like I said, I'm still trying to learn these rules. College has a lot of moving parts, all these bowl games. So, that's why I ain't never really just tapped into college because it's college is very different from the NFL. Like they're literally night and day, literally. But I'm pretty sure by now all you guys have seen the playoff bracket. So today I just want to chime in on that and give my perspective. I know y'all didn't heard it from everybody else, but I just want to tune in and give my little 2 cents on it too. So I'm pretty sure Saturday everybody watched the playoff, the championships game. And we had some really good games on Saturday. We had the Texas and Georgia game. We had the Boise State game, Penn State played. So we had a lot of good games going on. We had nail biters, we had blowouts, and we had literally walk-off field goals. So let's just go ahead and get into what the committee felt like these teams should win and lose. So of course, we all know everybody who won the championship game on Saturday, they got the first round bye. So of course, you got Oregon, you got Georgia, Arizona State, and then of course you have Boise. So those four teams will be your first round buys, being that they did win their championship game on Saturday. Now, so let's go through these matchups, and I just want to kind of like give my 2 cents on all these games. Now, I will say, and this is something I literally just learned. It's so crazy. And I know, but like before I started watching college football, I used to always say, like, see all these different like Rose Bowls, Sugar Bowls, Cotton Bowl, Orange Bowl, Chick-fil-A. They have so many bowls. And I was just like, yo, why do they have so many bowl games? And I didn't realize that the next round, so pretty much whoever win out of these two teams, Ohio State and Tennessee, they will be facing Oregon in the Rose Bowl. And I didn't even know that. Like I literally just learned this. Like I never knew it was set up like that. But anyways, let's go ahead and let's get into this chart. But before we get into this chart, we already know everybody been talking about how Alabama did not make the playoffs. And rightfully so. I feel like they should not be here. Alabama, we all know brand name. They're gonna get the best recruits, but I just feel like Alabama just being kind of mediocre this year, and they're very just inconsistent. I don't know if it's the quarterback play or whatever it is, coaching. I don't know what it is, but I feel like Alabama was very mediocre this year. So I think they were right by leaving them outside looking in, being that Alabama had three L's on their list. They had they lost to Vanderbilt, who ended up being 6-6. They lost to Tennessee, which Tennessee is not a bad loss because, as you can see, Tennessee did make the playoffs, so that's not a bad loss. So that don't kind of get some, but they did lose to Oklahoma, and they did not score any points in that game against Oklahoma. So I guess the committee looked at it like, okay, let's do the right thing. We don't want nobody to come from our head. This is a new 12 slot playoff thing that they're using this year. So they was like, hey, let's just get it right so nobody ain't coming for us, and let's just leave Alabama on the outside looking in, which I feel like they did the right thing. Because I ain't gonna lie to y'all, if Alabama would have got in, and I'm not an Alabama hater or whatever, but everybody just be want to ride on Alabama, and it's more teams in college football than just Alabama. But anyway, if Alabama would have got in, I probably would have stopped watch college football. I ain't gonna lie to you, because at that point, it's too many politics. Like, let the rankings be the rankings, and let that be it. Like, I feel like this committee shouldn't have their hand in it in so much. Like, whatever your rank is when it comes to the last game of the season, that 1 through 12. If you're not in that 1 through 12, then you shouldn't be making the playoffs. And that's how I feel it is. But like I said, sometimes the committee can finesse and finagle and get teams in there that they want. We all seen what happened last year when Florida State didn't make it. If I'm not mistaken, I think Florida State had went undefeated. But anyways, let's go ahead and get into these matchups. That was just my little spiel. I'm doing a lot of chatting. But anyways, so of course we're gonna start on the left side because we do read from left to right. So we're gonna go ahead and start with Ohio State and Tennessee. Now, I'm not gonna lie, like I said, although I tune in every single Saturday, I don't get to catch everybody's games. Now, I have not seen Tennessee played this week. I mean, played this year, but I did do some little research on them. And Tennessee are they're scoring 37 points a game and they're only allowing 14 points. Now, I will say I have watched Ohio State this year, and I did watch the last game when Ohio State played against Michigan. Now, I will say Ohio State has a really, really, really good defense. Really, really good defense. Now, the offense is kind of like it might be a little shaky. I don't know. Maybe against lesser opponents, they're gonna put up more points. But Ohio State is averaging about 36 and a half points per game, and they only allowing 11 points. So I feel like both of these teams, one team only allowing 14 points and the other team only allowing 11. I feel like this is probably gonna be it's fairly even on both sides. But hey, you never know. This is the SEC versus the Big Ten, so we'll never know. We'll see what's gonna happen. But if I had to pick a winner out of this, just for the sake of that, just for the sake of the coach's job, I'm gonna go at Ohio State with this one, just so because I feel like if he don't win this game, I feel like he probably will be fired next year. Like I said, being that he lost one of the biggest games in college football history, like Michigan and Ohio State is a big thing. And when you lose that game, I think his head is pretty much on a chopping block. So for the sake of the coach's job, and like I said, I have not seen Tennessee play this year. And I just got to be fair. I got to be honest with y'all. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I have not seen Tennessee play this year. So I'm gonna go with Ohio State in this game, um, going up against Oregon. Now, I will say, if it is Ohio State against Oregon, that's going to be a total blowout. I ain't gonna lie to you. Oregon is the best team in college football right now. I think they might be a blowout. Now they do, like I said, they do have two really good defenses. It'll be defense to defense, but I still feel like Oregon will be able to put some points up on Ohio State. All right, so next, of course, here we have them Texas boys, UT and Clemson. Now, mind you, I do root for UT. I don't really have a team in college football, but of course I'm always gonna root for the home team. I'm from Texas, so I'm gonna root for UT. So we got UT versus Clemson. Now, when I pull up both of their stats, Texas is scoring 33 points per game and only allowing 12 and a half. And then Clemson is scoring 34 points a game and only allowing 26. Now, I will say Texas probably do have the better offense here. As long as we can get Quinn on the right on the right page, I feel like they should have a really good game. It just seems like and y'all don't kill me, but hot take, I don't Quinn is not that good to me. Y'all. I'm sorry. Quinn is very middle of the pack. He's very average. And I feel like since he's came back from this injury, he has not played the way that he played the first half of football. Like I said, Quinn is okay. Now I ain't gonna lie to you. In that first game he came back against Georgia, I was like, man, get Quinn out of the game. We need to see Arch. Get him out of the game. But I will say the second time around they played Georgia, I will say, I'm like, hey man, Quinn out there throwing some dots, but ultimately they did lose. So I don't know what Sarkisian is gonna do. Now, it's all about winning, but I also know this is all about politics. Quinn is a senior this year, and they want to make sure he get a good draft stock. So I don't really see Arch coming in this game unless it's in those packages, where they do where they may run like a RPO. But other than that, unless it just turns into the game gets out of hand, maybe we will see some Arch Manning. But like I said, I just think Quinn is very average, but I think he should be able to beat Clemson. Now, Clemson is a very good team too. Um, they had a very good game against SMU on Saturday, and it did come to, like I said, their walk-off field goal at the end. But if I had to pick a winner and a loser here, I am going to ride with them Texas boys. Why would I go against them? So, of course, you will have Texas versus Arizona State. Now, Arizona State Sun Devils have been looking really, really good this year, especially with their running back over there, Cam Scatterbull. He's been going crazy. That dude is just very, very hard to bring down. So, I think with Texas defense against that Arizona offense, it might be one of those low scoring games too. Because, like I said, Arizona can put some points on the board, but we'll just have to see how that shake up. I ain't gonna lie, that can go either way. We'll have to see how that's gonna shake out at the end. All right, so let's go ahead and move to this right side of this bracket. So the first game up here we have Notre Dame versus Indiana. Now, like I said, I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I'm gonna keep it 100. I haven't seen many Notre Dame games this year, and I haven't seen many Indiana games. As a matter of fact, I don't think I see. I think I might have seen Notre Dame games, maybe like partial of it, but I didn't watch the whole game. And I haven't seen Indiana play at all this year. So If I'm going by stats, Notre Dame is putting 40 points. They're scoring 40 points a game and only allowing about 14 points per game. And then you got Indiana who are scoring 43 points and only allowing 14. Like these, if you look at it, this is the Big Ten versus the Big Ten. These teams are very evenly matched. Like they right there neck and neck. So this game is probably gonna be very, very low scoring. But if I had to pick a winner, mm, let's go Notre Dame. I want to see Notre Dame. I don't know. Notre Dame might win this one. I do like that coach they have over there. But like I said, I don't really know too much about who they have on their offense. But like I said, if I had to pick a winner and a loser, I'm gonna go with Notre Dame. I'm gonna go with Notre Dame on this one. Then of course you got Notre Dame versus Georgia. Now I will say Georgia been kind of shaky this year too. I ain't even gonna lie to you. Georgia, yeah, y'all looking a little shaky. Now, I will say Georgia have a really, really good defense. The defense is outstanding. I can't front of the defense. I can't lie. But when it comes to the quarterback position, I just think Carson Beck is just not that guy for me. He's not that good. I'm sorry. I know y'all probably gonna kill me in the comments. If this is your team, this is your quarterback. Carson Beck is not really he not really all that. And I ain't gonna lie to you. His backup that came in, Gunner Stockton. Now that boy look good. I ain't gonna lie to you. Gunner came in, did his thing. You know, he's more mobile, he's gonna run. And I just think Gunner might be better than Beck. Don't kill me, but I'm just saying Gunner might be better than Beck. But that's neither here nor there. We're just gonna have to see how Gunner gonna look playing a full game because I know he did come in going into the second half. So we're gonna see how he look playing a full game if it is Notre Dame versus Georgia. Okay, so let's go ahead and get right into the last two teams on this bracket. You have Penn State versus SMU. Now, I did watch the SMU game on Saturday versus Clemson. It was a really good game. SMU was losing and they actually started to come back at the end. Now, this is the Big Ten versus the ACC. Penn State is scoring 35 points a game and is only allowing 16, and then SMU is scoring 40 points and only allowing 20. Now, I have seen Penn State play this year. They got a really good defense as well. But if I had to pick a winner or a loser, like I'm always gonna ride with my Texas boys, SMU, and I think it'll just be better for a better story for SMU because they haven't been here before. But if I had to pick a winner and loser, I'm not gonna lie. I'm probably gonna take Penn State in this one over SMU. Like I said, SMU had a hard time with Clemson on Saturday. So I don't know. I think Penn State may be able to get them. So if it's Penn State versus Boise State, you got to go up there and play against Ashton Genty. I think that's gonna be a really good game with those two teams. So yeah, that's pretty much my take on this college football. Like I said, these next couple of weeks is gonna be very, very interesting. It's gonna be very fun. This is probably like my favorite time of the year. We get the college playoffs and then we get these bowl games and stuff that's going on. But y'all let me know down in the comments how y'all feel about this bracket. Do y'all feel like everybody was seated the correct way? And that was another thing too that kind of had me confused. I didn't really understand as why Clemson will have the 12th seed and then SMU will have the 11th seed, being that Clemson did win their championship game and SMU lost theirs. So I don't know if they really like based it on regular season record or did they allow championship game to come into play. I don't know. I thought that was kind of weird. I thought that Clemson probably should be seated a little lower than SMU, but like I said, if they're going based off of regular season record, then SMU did have the better record. But like I said, let me know down in the comments what y'all think. I want to engage with y'all. Let me know who y'all think is gonna win the first round. And then if y'all want to pick a second round winner as well, that'll be cool too. But y'all let me know. Also, let me know how y'all feel about Alabama left out. If there's any Alabama fans out here, let me know down in the comments on how you feel about Alabama being left out of the college football playoffs. But that's all I have for y'all. I just wanted to tune in, give my little 1-2. But if you want to follow me on any socials, my social handle is at the top. Anybody that want to collab, like I said, I love talking football, whether if it's college or NFL. Anybody want to collab, hit me up on Instagram or hit me up over there on Twitter, and then we can put something together. But like I said, get in them comments. Let me know what y'all think, and I will see y'all next time. Bye.